Hey guys, it's Brian again. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about why I like to invest in the banking sector. Now, I did a video recently on why I love investing in Apple, so this is another part of my portfolio I'm going to share and tell you why. Now guys, if you're stopping by to this channel for the first time, I'm going to ask you to like, share, and subscribe. Now, last year when we had that crazy drop, right? One of the videos that I did was basically to invest in the banks and why I'm investing in the banks. And I got a lot of heat for it, especially on Facebook and IG. People told me that I'm crazy because the markets are so low, banks are not going to make any money. But I saw what could potentially happen. So I invested in the banks, and to this date, I've made up to a 31% return on my banking investment. Now, as I mentioned previously, I am a value investor. I'm not risky at all. I like cash flow in companies. Now, the banks are one of the most well-managed businesses right now in the entire world. If anything happens, the government is going to bail them out. That was evident in 2008, and that is evident as to what is happening right now. Too much money is being printed, and it's stabilizing the banks. So the banks are always going to be profitable. That's number one. Number two, interest rates are at an all-time low at the moment. We are not going to see this kind of low interest rate ever again. Years from now, your grandkids are going to look at you and say, Grandma, Grandpa, why didn't you borrow money during the greatest transformation of wealth to invest? Yes, borrowing money is different from what Dave Ramsey teaches, but if you know what you're doing, you can leverage it and make a lot of money. So because the interest rate is so low right now, to stabilize the economy, the government is going to have to raise the interest rates. So what's that's going to do? It's going to bring more profits to the bank. And there's this little thing called inflation. So just by default, the bank is going to rise. People have more access to lending now than ever before. So more and more people are borrowing, more and more people have to pay back the bank, and especially when those high interest rate kicks in, bank stocks, bank profits are going to shoot up. Number three, I'm not really a big dividend investor. I get dividends just because, I own the stock and I have a lot of the shares. But if you're a dividend investor, the banks, Bank of America, JP Morgan preferably, hefty dividends, like the dividends that they pay. Number four, because I'm an options trader, I'm a cash flow investor, the banks, they do not jump crazy high. They're not crazy volatile. You may have your periods where, it's like that, but for the most part, the banks, you kind of know where they're going to trade. And the premiums that I receive from trading options are absolutely delicious. So for those reasons, that is why I love investing in the bank, especially JP Morgan and Bank of America. So now guys, if you're stopping by, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Take care.